Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Testing Many Bytes. I'm your friend Amudan Shaktivel, and this is part two of the implementing external reports into our framework. Again, I tried to cover everything in a one video, but I thought the video was going to be very lengthy, so I thought I'll break it up into two videos. Now let's see, whatever we have missed to do in the previous section. Previously, we have done with creating a simple standalone report. We have done the basic integration with our framework. We also done the thread local implementation to avoid the thread safety issues. Okay, we are done with the first three parts, but we haven't done the remaining three. So the creating custom logger, we will see about that, and we will also see why we need to do have listeners to do the setup and tear down for the reports. We'll also see how we can hide the get extend test method from page layers. Again, if you don't understand this, that's okay. I'll anyways cover this in the video. Okay, so let's get back to the Eclipse, and then we'll see, because this is the basic implementation that we have done so far, and everything is working absolutely fine. And if you notice, there is one thing that is missing. First thing, the extend manager dot get test extend test is too lengthy. Again, what can I do for that? Okay, and also if you notice, it is also exposing a lot of other methods that my automation testers would not be interested in. So maybe I'll copy paste this. Okay, and then if you notice, it has create node. Okay, it has some add screen capture from path, assign author, assign device, lot of methods that they're not going to use. Even create node, I don't want people to use all these things. Like, I'm as dead, I'm designing the framework for my company or my project. I don't want people to do all these things. They can get the model, they can get the status, and we are exposing a lot of overload of methods. They might get confused. Okay, I don't want to do all of this. So what I want to do, I just want to expose them only few options: the pass, the fail, the skip, the major things what they're going to use. So we'll see how we can do that. Okay, the ultimate goal is we have now two tasks. One is the verbosity is a little big. The second one is I don't want to expose them all the methods. Okay, so that they do some mistake and then again coming back to me to fix all these things. So I don't want to do that. Okay, and to do that, what I want to do, I want to create a new class. Okay, in the com.tmb reports. Okay, I'm naming it as extent logger. Okay, guys, the idea behind this implementation is, if you also notice, okay, you can ask me why you want to do this. What is the idea behind this? See, the reporter is again a class in TestNG, right? So it's coming from your reporter, right? So it's coming from org.testng, right? So this is the basic. If you want to write some logs to your basic, TestNG reports, you have to use this. Okay, this reporter is very little verbose. Okay? It is very simple word, and also it is telling you the exact meaning. Again, this extend manager dot get extend test actually not telling me that is going to help me to do some logging to my extend reports. That's not meaningful as well. So I inspired from this. So what I thought, okay, instead of using this, okay, I create a new class called extend logger, and then I also don't want someone to extend this. I also don't want someone to you know uh, create an object for this inside my class. So I'm going to have a lot of static methods. Okay, public static void. Okay, method pass. Okay, and then I'll also have few other methods. Okay, uh, naming as fail and skip for now. Okay, now once I did this, okay, I don't have to, I just call extend manager dot get extend test from here, and then I can call pass, and I can pass the string value. So whatever the string message they are passing from there, I just want to append it here. Okay, so I'm actually hiding their implementation and using the same implementation there. Okay, so actually they have to now use extend logger dot pass, so that it's more meaningful. Logger means we are going to log something, extend means we are going to log it in the extend report, so much more meaningful, so that people can use this. Okay, and the same thing, I'm going to copy it here, copy it here, everything looks same. So this I'm going to change it to fail, and this I'm going to change it to skip. So now everything looks perfect. Adding the parameter. Okay, so instead of using like this, I will request all my users to call this extend logger. Okay, maybe from this, instead of calling this, I will ask them to use extend logger dot. Okay, now if you notice, they have only three options: either to call, pass, or fail, or skip. And then suppose I want to skip, or I want to call pass method. Okay, they can still pass it, and then they can still send the message. Everything will work fine, but this time less verbosity and more meaningful. Now we have done with our first task, but if you notice, they still have the option to call this. Okay, there are some people who will not listen to you. They will always go and again use this extend test. They lose the logging. Again, it will still work. We are still exposing it. We are not actually hiding it. Okay, though we given them a proper way to use it, we are not hiding them completely from them. So what I have to do, I need to completely hide this. Okay, let's go to the extend manager and then see what we can do about it. See, this is public. That's the reason they can access this. What if I make this as private? If I make this as a private, I cannot access this from my external logger. Okay, there is a problem. Okay, what else I can do? Can I leave it as like this? So what does it mean? It means your get extend test method is having a default access modifier. What is a default access modifier? It's something. It's like it can be only accessed within the package. People call it as private package modifier, something like this. Okay, it's private for your packages. Okay, something like this. Okay, so by this way, my extend logger can access this, and there is no other option apart from calling this. Like our Nityananda, the universe have nothing else apart from following me, right? So it's the same way your all your automation engineers have nothing else apart from calling this extend logger that pass or fail or skip. Okay, now that's fine. Even the same way we have changed this. Why can't we change this from you know uh, public to private? Again, I am accessing it from extend report. Extend report is again another class, so I'm calling this extend method from here. So what I can do, I can still make it as a default one. So you don't have to mention default, you just need to leave it blank so that it can understand it is default. The same way you can do this, because I'm also calling this unload method only from my extend report. Okay, so that's why I'm using all the modifiers accordingly. Okay, good. So we now have implemented the second thing as well. Now it's showing error. See, I cannot find this get extend test because this is not public anymore. So I'm removing this. Same way, I'm using this in my test. Okay. Now, good. Now log out button click. Everything is working fine. Now we have done the same thing with less verbosity and more meaningful names, and also avoiding all the problems that people can bring if we expose the whole lot of methods to them. So now they have no other choice apart from using this pass, skip, and fail. Good. Now we have done with one of the things. What else we have? We have why we need listeners to set up and tear down the reports. Okay, now everything is working fine. So what is the problem? So you have done reduce the verbosity, you have given a meaningful name, everything is fine, right? What is the problem? Okay, let me go to the base test from where I am calling this init report and flush reports. That's all good. And if you also notice in my test case, I'm having one extra line which actually does not have any meaningful relation to the test. These are all things that are valuable to my test, but this is something that is not valuable to my test. Okay, so I am creating a node. Okay, from here, this is not good because I want my tester to speak test itself, not anything else. I don't want something else to be there in the test. So what I can do, I can still move this. Okay, to the base test. Okay, till to the I can move this here, and then in the before method, okay, I can use something. So to get the test name dynamically, okay, I can use method m. This method is coming from a Java reflection, and then you can use get name. So you can dynamically get the test name using reflections. That's all good. Now even if you want to if the test is passing or failing, all of the stuff, what I can do, there is I test result. I can tell result. Okay, I'm putting it this is coming from your TestNG guys. So this knows what is the result of this particular test case. So what I'm telling, if result equal to okay, I test result dot pass, fail, started, success, all those things are there. So if it is success, then I want to do something. So maybe string dot equals, maybe I can use equals to do the comparison. Okay, you can do all these things. Okay, but again, why I have to do all these things? Okay, again, if there is a skip, again, if there is a failure, I need a lot of if statements, and then if I add if statement, my code looks little clumsy. You can still do this, everything will work fine. Again, just to use this, you have created two new annotations. You have also implemented something that is not actually part of your test case. This is something wrong. So what we can do, we can create the listeners. This is what we have learned in the previous videos, right? So I'm creating a com.tnb.listeners package, and I'm going to create a class. Okay, let me name it as listeners class, or simply listener class. This listener class going to implement, okay, your I test listener, okay, and I sweet listener. And I will add the all the implementations here. That's good. So this is your suite. So this is like your before suite, right? What I can do, I can move all the code from my base test. Okay, whatever there in the before suite, I can cut it here. Okay, and then I can put it here. Good. Anyway, this is going to behave the same way. Again, if you have not watched my listeners tutorial, please do watch that so that you can understand. The only reason I am moving all these things to listeners is because I don't want my test to be tightly coupled with my external reports. I want my test to be very free from all other chaos. Test needs to be test. That's what I want. Okay. I don't want anything to, couple with my tests. That's the reason I'm moving it here. Again, after finishing all your reports, okay, I want to do external reports dot flush reports. Okay, cut it and then paste it here. Again, I don't need this because I'm not using it at all. Control Shift and O will remove all the unused, imports. It's good. Now the same way, before method, I have the before method here itself. So if you notice, it'll throw some exception or try catch block. That's absolutely fine. Okay, I have the before method here itself. So what I can do, I can use this. Okay, on test start, I can use this. On test success, you can use this. Okay, you don't have to do if comparison to get the success state. Okay, you don't have to do right list all these things. Okay, so I'm removing this. I'm removing this. Putting it here. Going to my actual listener class and implementing this. Okay, here the name is, if it is a result dot get method, get name, get method name, there will be method like this. So I can get the method name dynamically at the runtime. Okay, I don't have to depend on anything else using ref. They have the options to do all these things. Okay, once the test is passed, I want to mention, okay, uh, extend logger dot pass. Okay, uh, whatever the test that ran, okay, is passed now, is passed. Okay, if there is a failure, okay, I can use this. Okay, this time I'm going to use fail, is failed, is failed. And then you can also add an code to attach screenshot. So we'll come to that later, but for now, okay, we'll reserve the placeholder for this. Okay, and then I also have option to get, if your test getting skipped for some reason, then you can also mark that. Okay, copy it, paste the whole code. Okay, skip. Okay, once this is skip, I also want my logs to return, right? Skip. Again, you have done all these things. We are good. Everything is working fine. Okay, let me remove the, everything is working fine. Now I want to let my test engine know that there is a listener class which is going to listen all your events. So how to do that? We have already seen this. Just go here. Okay, and then here add a listener tag. Okay, listener tag. Okay, I think I have done some spelling mistake. Listeners, we have done this already, right? So maybe I'll copy paste from there. Again, guys, it's not mandatory that you have to remember all the syntax. Just copy it from there and paste it here. Again, the listeners here is com dot tmb dot listeners and then dot listener class. That's it. So now I have uh, let my compiler know that there is a guy called. So whatever the job that our base test did so far, okay, we have moved everything to the listeners now, and the integration is very easy. Or just a line we need to add in a test menu. So I'll close all these things. So let's cut it little confusing. Just open this, and then I will try to run this as TestNG suite. Let's see whether everything is working fine or not. Now I have. Now it should run two tests in parallel, and it should also produce reports without any hiccups. Let's see. And guys, if you find my videos little slow, please change the playback settings to 1.5 or 2. And if you have any feedbacks, please send it to me via email, or you can leave it in the comment section, guys. And all my tests got passed. It seems good. Absolutely working fine. Everything is working fine. And more importantly, we have achieved a lot here. Okay. Now we have small problems. We have solved all of them, right? We have created a good name. We reduced the verbosity. We have hidden all the methods that people don't want to use. That's good. But still, if you notice, we are writing this in every method. I don't like this. So what we can do, you can still, okay, wrap this whole thing. Okay, you can cut it, go to the base page. When someone is doing a send keys, okay, after clicking it successfully, I want to tell that particular element is clicked successfully. Okay, but I don't know what is that element. So what I want people to send, also send me the name of the element. So element name. Okay, okay, if they send me the element name, what I can tell, uh, instead of this, I can tell element name is clicked. Okay, something like this, so that I can remove this from my, I don't need it. So now it's asking me, okay, I can simply tell login button. How do you want to display this in the reports? Good. The same way, this is for send keys, right? I can add this for send keys as well. What is the problem? Okay, let's go here, and for the send keys, again, I'm not using this anymore. So let me remove this. So for the send keys, again, I also want the string element name. Okay, if they send me the element name, what I will do, I will log it in the reports. This time, element name is maybe I can rename it a little better. So value is is entered successfully in element name. Okay, so that I don't have to write this. Good. Just open this string. Okay, good. Everything looks fine so far. Okay, now from your classes where you're calling, you just need to tell what you want to enter. Just you can mention username. That's it. You don't have to mention anything else. And this is password field. Good. Now I made the changes there. Now I also want to make the changes here. This is the welcome button. Okay, and just tell welcome link. Sorry guys for the typo. Welcome link. Same thing here. I just want to make it sure sending log out button. I don't need this anymore. Good. Okay, my code looks much clean now. Okay, let's try to run this one more time and see how the report looks. Again, we can do few more optimization, but for now, I think should be fine. In the meantime, I'll also check what else I have to do. Okay, we have done this listener setup. Okay, I think the test got started, guys. Let's see how the report looks. Should open the report automatically for me. Okay, now if you notice, admin is entered successfully in username, admin123 is entered successfully in password, login button is clicked, welcome link is clicked, logout button is clicked, login logout test passed. This is coming from your listener. Okay, the same way this is also having all the logs. There is a small space issue here. We can also fix that. That's not a big deal. So go to your base page and then just give some space here. That's it. Everything is now working fine. We have done all the things that we need to cover in this video. We will see how to attach screenshot, how we can effectively attach the screenshot and other stuff in the next video, guys. Thank you for listening to me. Have a good day.